Hey guys, this is Megan from Megan Reads. I'm just going to do a really quick October wrap up really fast with the books that I have read for this month. 13 books for October. So I've got quite a few. I feel like I did pretty well. Some of them were books that I was having a really hard time reading like over the summer and stuff, and I decided to just push through it and finish, and I think that's why I was able to get so many done, which that I was just like in that mentality of just get this done. But none of these are not in any order of how I read them at all. These are just how I pulled them off my bookshelf. So the first one is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. This book was the hardest thing for me to follow. I did not like Groundhog's Day when it first came out, and this is kind of what it's like. It's like a not as good version of Groundhog's Day. I didn't like it not when it came out, but like when I first saw Groundhog's Day, because I don't know when it came out. But when I got older and saw it for the first time, it was like, this is the most dull thing ever. Like, why would I want to relive the same day over and over again? I hated it. I don't know why I thought I would like this. I'm hoping that the movie is better. I'm not sure. I grabbed this at Walmart like when I was getting ready to like fly home from Oregon over the summer and just could not get into it. So I don't think I've put a rating on this one yet on Goodreads, but I would not. It wasn't my favorite. The next one that I read, well, again, it's not in order, but the next one in the stack is Three Dark Crowns. This book was pretty dry. There's a lot of backstory that I feel like could have been condensed, but I feel like it set up perfectly for the next book. This is by Kendar Blake. I think that the second book is going to be amazing. I just ordered it, so I'm hoping that it will ship out soon because I really feel like it's going to be so much better than this book. But this book, that is to say, this book is good. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of just different, you learn about the three queens. You learn a lot about them, really. And then in the last, 100 pages or so, there's a lot going on. There is just so much in the books. They're really good. If you enjoy young adult fantasy books that are very dark, definitely check these out. All right, the next one that I read and absolutely hated, and it took me a week to read because I kept putting it off, and it's only 373 pages, is Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. I discovered Sarah Dessen this summer, and I read almost every single one of her books, and this is one of the last ones that I had to read. And I loved every single other book that she wrote, but this one killed me. Not in a good way. I kept falling asleep when I was reading it. I hated it. I almost quit reading it, but I was like, no, Megan, this is the month for you to finish reading books that you're not feeling very much. So I finished it, but I hated it. I would seriously recommend every other Sarah Dessen book except for this one. I hated it. I want Michaela to read it and see if she agrees with me. The next one is Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum? I don't know. Every time I say her name, I feel just ridiculous. Anyways, this is such a cute book. If you want something that's a quick read, it's got some romance, got a little bit of mystery, you should totally check it out. It's about a girl who moves to a new place, and she gets an email from someone, but she doesn't know who it is, and they go to her school with her, but it takes her a while to find out who it is, and basically they fall in love, and it's super cute and sweet and adorable, and you should totally read it. Alright, the next one is one that I think I read in a day. Loved it. This is There's Someone in Your House by Stephanie Perkins. Super cute. I am a huge fan of this aesthetic. I don't normally like pink, but I like the aesthetic of the cover. But also, it's suspenseful. It's got a little bit of, thrill in it. It's just a good book. So if you want something, I know it's, after October now, but if you're wanting something that's, a little bit of a thrill, totally check it out. It's really good. Totally a fan. Would definitely recommend this to anyone. The next one is Throne of Glass. I love this book. I believe the second book is better, but This first book is really good, and I think that it sets up very well for the rest of the series. You get to learn a lot about them, but then the second book comes along. I'm gonna just skip ahead to that. The second book comes along and answers questions that you didn't even know that you had, and this is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Also really good. I finished this one during our readathon and really enjoyed it, which then I went to Arrow Fire, and I'm about halfway through this one. Started this on the readathon too, and definitely would recommend this series so far. Like, it is really good. I like her writing. For Three Dark Crowns, I wasn't a huge fan of Kendar Blake's writing, but Sarah J. Maas has got it, and I think Kendar is she's got to step it up for the One Dark Throne book. So I think that one will be a lot better. But definitely check out Throne of Glass if you like fantasy. The next one is one that I tried to read over the summer, and Stephen King just is brutal. So I had to quit because I don't read a lot of books like this. I watch movies, which for some reason is easier for me to watch than for me to read the book. But Geralds Game by Stephen King, this is so good. Like, I had no idea how the ending was going to be. This is actually also a Netflix movie, I believe. And I have not watched it yet. I watched like 5 minutes and was like, I don't have time to do this, and I'm not in the right frame of mind. I need to watch this at another time. So I still haven't watched it, but I really want to, especially after I finished this book. Really good. All right, the next two I read were Hollow City and Library of Souls, which are part of the Miss Peregrine's series, or the last two. These are ones that Michaela got me for my birthday. I read each of them in a day, so I read one on a Saturday and one on a Sunday or something like that. They were both so good. If you like the first one, you should totally read the second ones, because there's so much more in this universe, world thing that's just so good. You should totally check it out, and they're really quick reads, and there's so many more of those great pictures that they have in the first one. Running out of space on my bookshelf. All right, the next one that I read, the last two that I have on my stack are books that I read for the readathon. The first one was Everything by Nicola Yoon. This book was okay. It definitely was not my favorite that I read this month. And I just feel like it could have been done differently. But I feel like maybe it was just too young for me. That's what I kind of realized last night, was that maybe it was just too young. I think it covers some really good topics and stuff. But I just dislike the main character. So that could probably be part of it too. But if you want just something super quick, that deals with illness, basically, kind of, and then life with that, you should totally check this out. It was okay. I wouldn't not recommend it, but it wouldn't be very high on my book recommendations list. I think I gave this a 3-star on Goodreads if I rated it. I don't remember. All right, the last one is, I don't know if it was my least favorite. It's above Once and For All, but it's not very far above it. So this is Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten. I liked this book when it started, hated it when I got to the middle, and then disliked it even more when I got to the end. All right, so that was my October wrap-ups. These are the books that I read. If you would like to see a review on any of these, definitely comment down below. I think I already said that, but I'm not sure. And if you have any books you'd like for me to check out, definitely let me know. I'm always looking for new books and buy way too many. So I hope that you guys have a super great day and enjoy this video.